Alright, it's time for another round of the flag quiz that's more thrilling than watching paint dry and less dangerous than extreme sports. As usual, there are 10 rounds in this quiz. In each round, I'll show you 4 flags and rattle off some trivia about the country while you guess the flag. Can you get all 10? Let's get started. We start by heading to the land of the midnight sun, Norway. The midnight sun is a phenomenon of the Arctic Circle that is anywhere above 66.5 degrees north, where the sun appears to never set during the summer solstice. But if you go during winter, it's the opposite, and you'll probably also be able to see the aurora borealis, or the northern lights. It's also home to over 1,000 fjords, Vikings, and the cheese slicer. And here's the Norwegian flag. And if you're thinking that it's a bit like the Danish flag, you'll be right, as it symbolises its past union with Denmark. The blue of the Nordic cross also symbolises its past union with Sweden. We now head to a more tropical climate. One of the world's top producers of stinking durians, Malaysia is actually split into 2 regions of Peninsular Malaysia and Malaysia Borneo. Borneo is known for orangutan conservation, whereas the capital, Kuala Lumpur, is known for the Petronas Towers, which were the tallest buildings until 2004. And what's their flag? It's this one, which may remind you of the USA or Liberia, but Malaysia's flag has 14 stripes representing the original 13 states and federal territory. The crescent represents Islam, and the star represents unity, and is also the colour of the royal rulers. Moving on now to question 3. If you've ever been to Cali, you'll know that this is the salsa capital of the world, but if fast dancing isn't your thing, maybe coffee is. Colombia is the 3rd largest producer of coffee, and the 2nd highest producer of Arabica beans. Or maybe you're interested in El Dorado, the mythical lost city of gold. I'll let you think about that last one. Did you guess the flag correctly? It's the one that's mostly yellow, symbolising the country's gold and mineral wealth. Blue symbolises the water, and if you're guessing the red symbolises blood spilt during wars of independence, you'll be right. Okay, next one. This country is perhaps known either for producing oil and gas or pistachios, but Iran is also home to Persepolis, the ceremonial home to the ancient Persian Empire. You've probably heard the name Persia, which is still used to describe the Persian language. And carpets, some of which take years to make and cost a small fortune, and perhaps some of them even fly. So what's the flag? It's this one. The green represents Islam and growth, white represents peace and honesty, and the red represents courage and martyrdom, i.e. blood, once again. Do you like movies? Well, this next country has been home to various blockbusters such as Indiana Jones, Gladiator, Lawrence of Arabia, and the list goes on. Containing some of the Sahara Desert, the landscape can double for just about anywhere, and thanks to its colonial history, many Moroccans speak French. Some even speak Spanish and English. Wow, and their flag? The red background represents the Alawite dynasty and the descendants of the Prophet Muhammad, while also symbolising strength, bravery and valour. The green pentagram, called the Seal of Solomon, represents the 5 pillars of Islam and symbolises wisdom, peace, health and life. How are you going so far? Need a break? Now would be a good time to give a thumbs up if you're enjoying the quiz, and subscribe for more. Okay, break's over, let's do the next one. If we walk a few thousand kilometers east, we find ourselves in the birthplace of coffee, Ethiopia. The story often goes that an Ethiopian goat herder named Kaldi discovered coffee when he noticed his goats becoming energetic after eating certain berries, and then monks at a nearby monastery began using the berries to stay alert during prayers. I'll leave deciding how much of this is true up to you. So what's their flag? This one, featuring colours that have inspired other African flags. The green symbolises the fertility of the land, the yellow stands for hope, the blue is for peace, and as you can probably guess by now, the red has something to do with bloodshed. The emblem testifies to Ethiopia's bright future. Now for flag number 7. Here's a hint. The flag is similar to Japan's, but it's not an island, and was originally part of India, then later East Pakistan. If you're thinking Bangladesh, you'll be correct. Bangladesh is the world's 2nd largest exporter of ready-made garments, which makes up 80% of its exports. And cricket is almost a religion. So what's their flag? As you can see, there's a lot of green there, representing the lush landscape comprising over 700 rivers, and a red spot which of course represents the bloodshed of the fight for independence from Pakistan. Heading back to the Nordic region, this next country is known for inventing the sauna. That's right, Finland has more saunas than cars. And why not? As the traditional practice of several rounds of steamy heat followed by rolling in snow and maybe a little slapping with birch branches is said to be physically and mentally cleansing. Oh, and it's also home to Santa Claus and Nokia. Those last two aren't actually related, by the way. And their flag? The Nordic cross design symbolises its connection to the other Nordic countries and its Christian heritage, and was adopted when it gained independence from Russia in 1918. Almost there, just 2 more flag questions to go. If I asked you what country declared fondue a national dish, would you say Switzerland? Yes, of course you would. This little country also has the world's deepest postbox, where if for some reason you are 10 meters underwater and wish to post a postcard, you can. Although there's probably no need to lick the postage stamp. If, on the other hand, being high up is your thing, then you've come to the right place. 65% of the country is Alps, including the famous Matterhorn. Did you guess the flag correctly? The design dates back to the Holy Roman Empire and represents Switzerland's Christian heritage, while the red symbolises the blood shed for the country's freedom. What a surprise! More blood. And now we come to the last country. Situated in South America, Venezuela has won a lot of beauty pageants. But if you're more into natural beauty, you should definitely check out Angel Falls next time you're passing by. At nearly a kilometre high, it's the world's highest. But be careful when you visit Lake Maracaibo, which has lightning for nearly 300 nights per year. And here's the flag of Venezuela. The yellow represents the nation's wealth and natural resources, the blue symbolises the Caribbean Sea that separates Venezuela from Spain, and the red represents the blood spilled for independence, and the 8 stars represent the provinces. And that's all for today's quiz. How many did you get right? Are you enjoying the quizzes? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe for more fun quizzes. See you on the next one.